Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TCGPlayer, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an explosive match between Nekroz and Mermail. Now, I'm going to go ahead and win the dice roll. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to start off by activating Incantation Pencil Plume, revealing Nekroz of Colossus to special summon itself to the side of the field, and then using its ability to special summon Incantation Talismandra from my deck to my side of the field. These incantation monsters really help the Nekroz strategy. And just like I said in the deck profile, if you think that this deck is Nekrozed out, you are probably wrong. This is one of the strongest, if not the best, ritual deck of this format. And again, the incantation monsters just take it to a whole nother level. I'm then going to go ahead and continue my turn by activating Nekroz of Colossus, using its ability to search a Nekroz spell or trap card. I'm going to go ahead and get Nekroz Kaleidoscope. And now I'm in a pretty good position to, or I'm not in the best position, but actually I am in a great position. My apologies, using Nekroz of Kaleidoscope, sending Herald of Arclight to special summon the star of the deck. This card is an insane powerhouse inside of a 2300 body Nekroz of Unicorn. Its abilities to negate the effects of extra deck monsters is just pivotal, but also the ability to send and trigger Herald of Arclight should be duly noted. It's a very, very powerful effect. I'm then going to go ahead and add Nekroz of Bryonic, discarding Bryonic to add Nekroz of Valkyrius from my deck to my hand, so I'm in a pretty good spot. This Nekroz strategy can actually go a lot deeper, and I'm going to be showing you later into this combo sequence. It is not the deck to play with. It can ruin your day. So thinking about the options, ladies and gentlemen, the Nekroz of Unicorn does provide a lot of pressure, but we want to take this a little bit further. So I'm going to tribute both of my incantation monsters to tribute summon the Zaborg, the Mega Monarch, using its ability to target itself. And Amber's in trouble. She's actually going to counter with Effect Veiler. But no, I have the Cold by the Grave, ladies and gentlemen, negating the Effect Veiler, allowing me to destroy the Zaborg, the Mega Monarch, and gain some advantage. And yes, you guys heard that correct. I said Amber and I said she. We do not have TJ in this specific game because we have a new player on the TheCaliEffect. Please welcome Amber. And as normal, I expect you guys to talk about how Amber's a bad player and she can't do this and you do so much better. We already expect that down below in the comment section. So go ahead and do that. Get out of the way. Treat her just like TJ. I'm pretty sure we all appreciate it. It's always good to have a good laugh. And it's always great to hear constructive criticism. We actually like that. But the other stuff, man, it's man. So I'm going to select 8 cards from both players' extra decks. Mine being Elder Entity Intis, Totally Awesome's Herald of Arclights, and a Cypher Lord Omega. Hers being relatively unique. Did I not see a Gumblar in this deck? We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm going to trigger the effects of Totally Awesome, my Herald of Arclights. I wouldn't trigger my Elder Entity Intis because they would destroy cards on my side of the field. Normally, I would trigger them if my opponent did have cards. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding and searching and doing all this arithmetic, getting my hand to where it needs to be. The Totally Awesomes allow me to add the Unicorn and also the Colossus back into my hand. The Herald of Arclights are going to allow me to add Gungnir and Decisive Armor to my side of the field. Nekroz of Unicorn is looking really nice, mainly because of its ability to be 2300 attack. It can be 3300 attack if I discard the Decisive Armor. It can't be destroyed by battle, and if you decide to attack into it afterward, I actually have a Nekroz of Valkyries to end your battle phase. To wrap it all up, I'm going to use Cypher Lord Omega to shuffle itself and a Herald of Arclight back into my deck, and I'm going to pass it back to Amber. Very avid player. She's going to start off her turn really strong by normal summoning Deep Sea Diva, using its ability to special summon 1 level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monster to your side of the field. And I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, we don't play Atlantean Marksman inside of this deck. She's going to special summon Nephthys the Atlantean Prince. And every time I hear this guy, I think that he's second to Michael Jackson. Don't understand why. She's then going to follow up using that Nephthys to send Dragoons to the graveyard to add Dragoons. And now Dragoons' effect will trigger, allowing her to add a Sea Serpent monster from her deck to her hand. That will probably be Megalo. Now, I do have some harsh words for Mermail players regarding no Gumblar inside of this extra deck. I'm not saying that you can't play Gumblar. There's actually room for us to play Gumblar. And even if she did, which I'm not 100% sure if she did or didn't at this point in time. I still wouldn't have hit it with the Zaborg. I pretty much hit every way for her to summon Gumblar. She can keep the Gumblar. If you can't 6-card lock me, I'm good. Not only that, Nekroz Unicorn is also on the field. But what if I were to tell you guys that Nekroz is probably the worst Gumblar looping deck? Like, it sounds crazy. Amber's then going to go ahead and follow up with her own Gumblar, now that we're talking about that, in Mon Legacy of the Elemental Lord, the searchable monster that allows you to discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand. It is our delinquent duo, and she's going to be able to get 2 free random cards. I'm going to activate Nekroz and Gungnir because I don't want to lose that as a part of it, but it does not matter. Amber has the Cold by the Grave, being able to negate the Nekroz of Gungnir and banish it, preventing my Nekroz of Unicorn from being protected from being destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. She's going to go ahead and roll. She's going to hit 4 after showing 4. All right, perfect. I mean, that's pretty coincidental. I'm going to go ahead and check this Mon Legacy of the Elemental Lord because I'm like, it's not this powerful. But she's going to go ahead and roll again, a 6. And then another 4, hitting the 4th card inside of a Nekroz mirror. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still in this game. If she would have hit the Nekroz of Valkyrius, I probably would have scooped right there. That wouldn't have been good. Amber is thinking about her next move, and she's going to go ahead and activate Mermail Abyss Megalo. She knows that I have the Valkyrius in my hand. She doesn't care. She's going to discard the Infantry and an Atlantean Dragoons from her hand to special summon the Megalo. And you guys see me preemptively getting rid of the Nekroz Unicorn. That's because Infantry's effect does activate. I have nothing to stop it. My Unicorn is off the field. The field is for her taking right now. She's then going to go ahead and use Dragoon's effect, or at least I hope she's going to go ahead and use Dragoon's effect to search a Sea Serpent monster from her deck to her hand. And actually, no, she's going to use her Megalo effect. That is wise as well, adding her Abyssgale Misazushi from her deck to her hand. And then she is going to use her Atlantean Dragoon's effect, adding Mermail Abyss Nephthys. I have a strong feeling that she wants to win this game right here, right now, though. Like, I don't see how she could, especially since Valkyrius is in my hand. Maybe she doesn't necessarily understand how Valkyrius works. I do have Nekroz monsters in my graveyard, so this could be it for her. She can put herself in a really bad position because all it takes is for me to destroy that Molten Glacia, and I have 2 turns to get back into the game. She's going to use the Mermail Abyss Megalo, tripling the Nephthys to allow Megalo to attack twice. That's going to trigger off a certain set of events, namely being a Nephthys' effect, or Prince's effect, allowing her to special summon a Atlantean Dragoons to her side of the field. And now she has enough for game, especially after Megalo can attack twice. She has the Abyssgale Misazushi on it. This would be a pretty bad problem. She's going to go ahead and declare an attack with her Megalo. I have the Valkyrius, as you guys can see, and as you guys know, Amber is probably in a really bad spot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why she attacked. I don't know why she put herself in such a bad position, but no, she has the Cold by the Grave. Whoa, this game is over. Being able to negate the Nekroz of Valkyrius and the Gungnir in the same turn definitely hurt my pride right there, because I definitely had a way to come back into this game. Getting rid of that Molten Glacia would have been priority. It would have gave me another turn to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then after that, I probably would have came up with something with the amount of cards that I just had. But the Call by the Grave definitely came in clutch and allowed her to win this game. I'm going to start off my turn by activating Incantation Bookstone, revealing Nekroz Cycle to special summon itself to the side of the field. That's going to allow me to special summon Nekroz Incantation Talismandra to my side of the field, using its ability to add a ritual monster inside of Nekroz of Unicorn from my deck to my hand. I already look like I'm in a pretty decent position, but what if I were to tell you in this specific game, I did not draw a great hand? I just had enough incantation monsters to maneuver around this situation. I'm going to activate Incantation Pencil Plume, revealing a monster from my hand, being the Nekroz of Unicorn, to special summon itself, and the Incantation Candle. Candle it all. That was a really bad pun. And if you guys want to see this Nekroz deck profile again, down below in that comment section or in the description, I have a link for the Mermail deck profile. Let's try to get to 350 likes. I'll get you guys that deck profile, I promise, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm going to be searching the Nekroz of Kaleidoscope. Going to put me in a pretty good position. Next, I'm going to go ahead and activate that Nekroz of Kaleidoscope, using its ability to send Herald of Arclight from my deck to my graveyard to spell summon Nekroz of Unicorn to my side of the field. The only possible Nekroz monster that I could be bringing out. That's going to trigger the Herald of Arclight, allowing me to add one monster, or one ritual monster, or one ritual spell, or well, I guess one ritual spell card from my deck to my hand. I'm going to go ahead and add Nekroz of Valkyrius through this, through these sets of effects. And if I have another ritual spell card, which you guys already seen in Cycle, I can actually ritual summon this Nekroz of Valkyrius and draw 2 additional cards. This will put me in a pretty decent position, ladies and gentlemen. I think I can surmount a pretty decent board, get some advantage, and possibly be able to push this Nekroz deck, or this Mermail deck, to where it should be. I'm going to go ahead and activate Nekroz Cycle using both Bookstone and Pencil Plume for the requirements of this ritual summon. 5 + 3 is 8, special summoning the Nekroz of Valkyrius to my side of the field. And then I can actually use Valkyrius' other ability, tributing both the incantation monsters, to draw 2 more cards from my deck to my hand. Now, if we're ever talking about deck digging, we did that. Unfortunately, in this particular sequence, I did draw the Zaborg the Mega Monarch, and I'm like, crap, I wish I didn't tribute those monsters. But hey, also got a Manju of the 10,000 Hands, so that card will allow me to add some needed protection from my deck to my hand and allow me to get, you know, a little bit something going. Now, I did seem to have summoned the Nekroz of Valkyrius to my side of the field. It isn't always the best play to do if you only have one, but only time will tell exactly how this is going to work. I'm going to set a card face down and then pass it right back to Amber. She's going to start her turn in Deep Thought. I'm pretty confident. Drawing that card methodically, thinking, doing all those things that she does. Yeah. She's going to go ahead and start off her turn by activating the effects of Mermail Abyss Megalo, pitching 2 water monsters from her hand to the graveyard to summon itself to her side of the field. Again, she's in a really good position, especially if she discards an Atlantean Dragoons through the effect of Mermail Abyss Megalo. She's going to have some pretty insane combos, and if you guys noticed, man, she did that whole entire last combo without Mermail Abyss Teus. And Teus is a really powerful card. She's going to discard the Mander, and I think an Infantry. I'm not 100% sure what the first card was. Maybe, yeah, well, we'll find out sooner or later when she fans her graveyard. But she's going to get her Mermail Abyss Megalo's effect, allowing her to add the Abyss Sphere from her deck to her hand. And Abyss Sphere is actually really powerful. She's then going to follow with her next turn, or her next play, using Monster Reborn to special summon a monster from her graveyard to her side of the field. But I just so happen to have the Cold by the Grave, banishing the Mermail Abyss Megalo. Well, that would have put her in a pretty good spot, ladies and gentlemen. Being able to summon 2 Megalo to her side of the field, possibly make that Tomahawk play, get into a Saryuja, draw 4 cards, maybe get her in a decent position. Who knows? That could have put her in good hands. Amber's going to go ahead and set her card face down. Her turn looks effectively over. Or maybe not. She's going to activate the Abyss Scale Misazushi, allowing it to equip to her Megalo. That Megalo is still a 2,400 attack powerhouse. Now it's a 3,200 attack powerhouse that can run over monsters and negate spell cards. Man, I wish she would have had that for the Call by the Grave. I'm going to go ahead and use Nekroz of Valkyrius, using its ability to banish that in the Kaleidoscope to end her battle phase. And it looks like, yes, I had 2 copies of the Valk in my hand. So really good spots for me, really bad spots for her. But ultimately, it's going to be my turn. So let's see exactly what I can do to break this board, because we know she has the Abyss Sphere. We know she can negate a spell card. I'm going to go ahead and use Incantation Talismandra, revealing the Gungnir to special summon the Talismandra back to my side of the field, really denying that information. The only cards I want her to know that I have in my hand are the cards that she's already seen. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and special summon Incantation Pencil Plume to my side of the field. That card's really fun, really good, just a really funly good card, because it's going to allow me to recur a ritual spell card from my graveyard to my hand. Unfortunately, I don't have any ritual spell cards to recur, but again, it's just a good card. I would have been able to get that Nekroz Kaleidoscope, be able to play a little bit more. I'm going to use both of those monsters for, no, you can't use them for a Link Summon. I'm going to tribute them off For Zaborg, the Mega Monarch, he is making his summoning rounds yet again, targeting himself, destroying himself, allowing me to send 8 cards from my extra deck to the graveyard. You guys already know what's going to happen. We're going to send Elder Entity Instances. We're going to send Herald of Arclights. We're going to send Totally Awesome Cyframe Lord Omegas. We're going to send the entire house at Amber because we're going to be able to destroy her entire board for free without committing a single spell card, meaning that we're going to be able to get over the Misazushi any way we like it. So I'm going to go ahead and send those 8 cards. And now I get to look at Amber's extra deck. Yet again, this is such a treat, and send 8 cards from her extra deck to the graveyard. Gee, I wonder which cards I'm going to go ahead and send. I'm going to send the exact same cards that I sent the last time. I have no regrets. I'm then going to go ahead and use my Elder Entity Instances as Chain Link. Oh, so it looks like they are 6 and 7. And she's going to chain her Abyss Sphere as Chain Link 8, allowing her to special summon a Mermail Abyss Lyn to her side of the field. Now let's resolve these chains backwards. The Sphere summons the Lyn. Now the Instances will be able to destroy 2 cards on the field. I'm going to destroy the Sphere in the Megalo. The Totally Awesomes are now going to use their effects to add water monsters from my graveyard to my hand. Totally Awesomes themselves, Nekroz and Valkyries. The Herald of Arclights are going to allow me to search ritual monsters from my deck to my hand. All of that off of a Zaborg summon. Amber's board is completely wide open while I have 2 searches and a ton of advantage. No bueno for Amber right now. As it appears, I'm going to be adding Nekroz of Colossus, and I'm also going to be adding a Kaleidoscope to my hand. I'm in good shape. I think that this game is over. If I can summon another big Nekroz monster, I don't see why this game wouldn't be it. And you guys just saw I just added the Kaleidoscope, so I'm pretty confident I have something to do. I'm going to go ahead and use that Nekroz of Kaleidoscope. Sending from my deck to my graveyard, Shooting Star Dragon, a level 10 monster. My apologies for saying it was a level 11. 2 special summon Valkyries. No, I'm going to go ahead and special summon Nekroz of Colossus, as well as the Nekroz of Gungnir to my side of the field. Then I'm going to use Valkyries' effect to draw more cards. Now I'm going to use Preparation of the Rites to search a Gungnir from my deck to my hand, and then recur the Kaleidoscope back into my hand. TheCaliEffect, what is going on? You have game right here. Right now, just finish the game off. I don't think that Mermail plays anything sneaky. Maybe I just wanted to show you how much more further I could go, because I can definitely ritual summon a couple more times. I can do a lot of things, but I think I'm going to end it up right there. Just use the monsters that I have to attack for game. Going into game 3. It has been exciting to watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Nekroz versus Mermail, 2 of the most fearsome water decks of all time. Amber's going to be going ahead and going first and activating Mermail Abyss Megalo. Ooh, excuse me. Discarding a Dragoons from her hand to the graveyard. I can't necessarily see the other card. I wish she would space those out a little bit more. Then she's going to go ahead and special summon the Megalo to her side of the field using the ability of her Atlantean Dragoons and her Mermail Abyss Megalo to add a Abyss Sphere and DT Diva from her deck to her hand. Now it looks like she's in pretty good position to pop off. She's then going to go ahead and normal summon that DT Diva to her side of the field. Its ability allows her to special summon, you guys guessed it, Prince from her deck to the side of the field. I mean, is it just me, or every time you guys think or see Atlantean Prince, you think of second best? I mean, you think of the icon. I'm sidetracking. Now, normally, you would think that Amber isn't in a great spot. This is a mediocre board. What can you do with a Diva and a Nephthys? And then you realize she hasn't activated Nephthys' effect yet. I mean, it's still not great because you start to think a little bit more. You're like, you can't tribute, you can't use Megalo's effect to tribute the Nephthys to gain the Nephthys effect to summon from graveyard because it is the first turn and there's no battle phase. But she can still send that Dragoons to the graveyard, triggering its effect to add from the deck to the hand. She's also going to add an Infantry off the resolution of the Prince's effect. So with that, she's going to add Mullen Glacia. And then you look at her graveyard again, you're like, oh man, you're 2 monsters away from 5 monsters. I would love to start with 4 cards from my hand. This is awesome, especially when you can do it for free. Amber's going to go ahead and fulfill those wishes. She's going to go ahead and use Nephthys and the Deep Sea Diva for a Link Summon, which will effectively put her at 5 water monsters in the graveyard to Mullen Glacia me. Maybe I'm a Star Boy? No, she has bigger plans, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to go ahead and spell summon Reproticus to her side of the field. And then she is going to follow up by summoning a Mermail, or not Mermail, Mullen Glacia, the Elemental Lord, to her side of the field, picking 2 more cards out of my hand. So that Reproticus just wasn't done, or just wasn't put there for funsies. And it looks like the Megalo and the Mullen Glacia perfectly aligned in some spots she really wants it to be. She's going to go ahead and read 2 cards out of my hand, and I swear if she rolls a 4, this time around she's going to hit Zaborg the Mega Monarch. I needed that. She's going to roll a 2. Cool. She's going to go ahead and hit the Nekroz of Valkyries, so I'm in a pretty bad spot. But she's not done yet. She has so much more to do. She's going to use the Reproticus targeting the Mermail Abyss Megalo, turning Megalo into a dinosaur, which kind of makes sense because it's prehistoric. And then she's going to link both of those monsters away. Yes, you guys guessed it. She's going to summon Sorceress to her side of the field using its ability, targeting the Mullen Glacia to spell summon a Sea Serpent monster from her deck to her side of the field. Now, what monsters are Sea Serpent? Atlantean Dragoons, Atlantean Nephthys. She's already used those effects. She's going to summon Megalo. Why is she summoning Megalo? It all makes sense. The original card that she sent from her hand to the graveyard with Dragoons is not a slouch of a card. It's a very, very powerful card that allows her to execute a pretty intricate combo. She's going to go ahead and look through her graveyard to fetch it. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this card is extremely powerful. She's going to go ahead and banish the Mermail Abyss Mander, making her Mermail Abyss Megalo level 8. The Mullen Glacia is also level 8, so now she can Exceed summon it to some of the most powerful monsters in the existence of Yu-Gi-Oh! She is going to make Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, a monster that can make monsters unaffected by other card effects, but their effects are negated, so it's really good for providing niche protection and as well as disruption. She's also going to pitch the Ronnie Boy from her hand to the graveyard to special summon Swap Frog, using its ability to send another Swap Frog from her hand to the graveyard. Whoa, what are you doing? This is crazy. It looks like she's going to be able to make a totally awesome as well as a Felgrand. 2 disruptions off of this Weeble Feeble board. I'm liking where she's going. Using Ronnie Boy, banishing the Swap Frog to summon itself back to the side of the field. She's going to then use all of those monsters for an XE material. It's only like probable. It's like, you know it's going to happen. So looking at Miss Amber's board, she's going to have a totally awesome Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. We saw her search the Atlantean Infantry, and she has the Abyss Sphere. She has 3 disruptions inside of this Mermail deck. That is problematic. And on my standby phase, she's going to use the effect of Totally Awesome, allowing her to special summon a monster from her deck to her side of the field. Now, it could be a Swap Frog to send a, to just summon itself to the side of the field, but no. She plays the Dupe Frog, so now I can only attack into the Dupe Frog first. This is a problem. This is a really, really big problem. I can't attack over her monsters. She has 3 negates on the board, or 3 disruptions. Let's see if she stops this, though. I'm going to go ahead and activate Incantation Talismandra, trying to see what she will and won't negate. I'm going to summon the Talismandra by revealing the Nekroz of Unicorn. Oh, I'm sorry, the Nekroz of Gungnir. Then I'm going to summon Incantation Candle, using its ability to add a ritual spell card from my deck to my hand. Now, that ritual spell card is going to be able to get me quite some significant advantage. I'm going to add Nekroz Kaleidoscope from my deck to my hand. And now I'm trying to prepare, how am I going to break this board? I need to get over to, I can't attack unless I get over the Dupe Frog first. So that's a problem. She's already ripped 2 cards out of my hand, or this would have been perfect. I just summoned the Megas of Borg. I forced one of those negates, I go ahead and activate Nekroz Kaleidoscope using a Shooting Star Dragon from my deck again, or my extra deck again. Sending it to the graveyard, allowing me to ritual summon 2 monsters to my side of the field. That being Nekroz of Gungnir, and also being Nekroz of Colossus. Now, Colossus has an interesting property right here. It's my negation. I was thinking that Amber maybe would have negated the Kaleidoscope, but maybe she is like, I don't really care what monster that you summon. I have 3 disruptions. I'm gonna wait to the real card to disrupt. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ability of my Nekroz and Unicorn. I can't attack with, or Gungnir, I can't attack with it. I have to find a way to get over this. I'm gonna discard my monster, my Decisive Armor. She's gonna chain Totally Awesome. Amber's then gonna go ahead and she's gonna tribute the Dupe Frog. I'm gonna use Colossus to target the Totally Awesome. But it doesn't matter. Amber has the Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, and she's able to use this effect to negate the Nekroz of Colossus. Now, she could have saved herself a little bit of headache tributing the Totally Awesome for itself, not giving me a way to negate a face-up monster on the field, but again, the results are almost the exact same. Will the TheCaliEffect lose on his own channel? It happens a lot more than you guys think. I have some really good players on my channel. Amber's gonna go ahead and reveal to me, hey, in case you ain't forget, I got the Abyss Sphere. I can summon the Pike from my deck, and while I can't resolve Pike's effect, I can still activate it and use its ability to discard the Atlantean Infantry from my hand. So any other monster you got on your field, or any other cards you do plan on doing, is going to get disrupted. I'm going to go ahead and check your hand. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give a warm welcome to Amber, and have a great day. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.